It is Monday, January 19th, 2026. And if you are anywhere near the Orange County Convention Center in Orlando right now, you can practically feel the hum in the air.
Mhm.
It's that specific kind of nervous energy you only get when an entire industry gathers in one zip code.
It is electric.
Hmm.
I mean, tomorrow morning, those doors kick open for the 73rd PGA show.
Yeah.
And we are not just talking about a few booths with new polo shirts or some gadgets. We are talking about the central nervous system of the entire golf world gathering in one room.
It's massive.
You've got 30,000 professionals, over 1,100 brands, all fighting for a slice of a U.S. golf economy that has officially cracked the $102 billion mark.
It's just a huge number. But here's the thing. I think people misunderstand this event. Even some of the diehards listening right now might think of it as just a giant shopping mall for pro shop owners. But if you look at the stack of research and press releases we've pulled for this deep dive, this year feels, well, it feels heavier. It doesn't feel like just another trade expo. It feels like a crystal ball.
That is the perfect way to put it. Looking at the tech specs and, the economic reports we have here, 2026 is shaping up to be a strategic inflection point.
Oh, what now?
A strategic inflection point. A moment where the fundamentals of the business are changing. We're seeing things that would have sounded like science fiction 3 years ago.
Like what?
We're talking about an equipment revolution called 10K MOI that basically changes the laws of physics for the average player.
We'll get to that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And we're seeing the absolute takeover of racket sports. I mean, pickleball is literally eating into golf course real estate.
And the invisible hand of AI, which we really need to unpack because it's starting to run the show from the shadows. It's moving from cool concept to your boss is an algorithm.
Yeah, exactly. So the mission for this deep dive isn't just to tell you what new driver is coming out.
Though we will get to that, and it is wild.
We will, but it's to figure out, is the game we love changing fundamentally?
Yeah.
And if you're a player or you run a course, are you ready for what's coming down the pipe this year?
Yeah. So let's start with the people who have the most to lose. Before we get to the shiny new gear, we need to understand the mindset of the people actually running these facilities. We've got the 2026 Golf Business Pulse Report from the NGCOA, that's the National Golf Course Owners Association. And reading through this, the vibe I'm getting isn't celebration, it's anxiety.
It is anxiety, but it's a different kind of anxiety than we're used to.
How so?
Think back to 2024 or 2025. What was the headline every single month?
We can't find staff. The labor crisis.
Right. Who was going to mow the greens? Who was going to pour the beer? But in 2026, that has flipped. The number one sleepless night for owners now is economic uncertainty and inflation.
Which feels real for everyone listening. The cost of living is up. Everything is more expensive.
Yeah.
But here is the contradiction I found in the report, and I need you to explain this to me because that doesn't seem to add up. They use this term, discretionary resilience.
Ah, yes.
It sounds like corporate jargon designed to hide something. What does it actually mean?
It's a fascinating psychological phenomena. Economists sometimes call it the lipstick effect.
It's lipstick effect.
Yeah. The idea is that when the economy gets shaky, people stop buying houses, they stop buying new cars, the big terrifying purchases.
Right.
But they refuse to give up the small luxuries that keep them sane. They hold on to those tights.
And for us, that luxury is the Saturday morning tea time.
Precisely. Golf has moved from a nice-to-have to a non-negotiable for the core golfer. The data shows that even though players are worried about inflation and even though their grocery bills are up, they aren't cutting their golf budget.
So they're still playing.
They might buy cheaper wine or skip the vacation to Europe, but they are not skipping the round at their local club.
That sounds great for the owners, right? It's locked-in revenue. Why be anxious if the customers are stubborn enough to keep paying?
Because it creates a trap. We call it the hospitality gap.
The hospitality gap.
Because while the golfer is willing to pay, their expectations are higher than ever. If I'm paying $100 for a round in a tight economy, the service better be perfect.
Yeah, that makes sense.
With the owner. Their cost for fertilizer is up 20%. Water is up. Insurance is up. So they're being squeezed from both sides. Deliver a 5-star experience on a 3-star budget.
So how do you solve that math problem? You can't just clone your staff, and you can't raise prices forever without people revolting.
If you turn to what we're calling operational intelligence, and this is the first big pillar of 2026, we are moving past cool gadgets to survival tech. A perfect example is Tagmarshal.
Okay, now most people know them for the GPS trackers on carts.
Right.
But I was reading about how courses like Erin Hills in Wisconsin and Ballybunion are using this. And it's not just about tracking where the carts are, is it?
No, tracking is passive. Tracking is just watching dots on a screen. This is optimization. They're using a feature called heat map visualization. Imagine a superintendent looking at a digital map of the course. The system highlights exactly where carts have been driving for the last month, down to the foot.
So they can see the traffic patterns, like a weather map for tire tracks.
Exactly. And what they realize is, hey, everyone is driving on this one strip of fairway on hole 4. That soil is getting compacted. The grass is dying. So instead of watering the whole fairway or fertilizing the whole hole, they can target their agronomy, they save water, they save fertilizer, and they stop repairing turf that doesn't need it. It's making the maintenance surgical.
Okay, that's great for the grass, but we have to talk about the other side of GPS carts.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think every listener has had this nightmare. You drive slightly too close to a green, maybe just by a foot, and the cart just dies. The wheels lock up. It's embarrassing. Everyone stares at you. You have to push it backwards. Please tell me 2026 fixes that.
The walk of shame. Yes, the industry heard us. The old way was a hard kill switch, essentially treating the paying customer like a criminal who can't be trusted.
Right.
The new Tagmarshal systems use a virtual geofence that is much smarter. It doesn't kill the engine.
Thank goodness.
It sends a polite alert to the screen, maybe a soft beep, and visually guides you back to the path. It's a nudge, not a tackle.
That is a massive quality of life improvement, but let's play devil's advocate. Does this invisible tech actually make money?
No.
Or is it just saving pennies on water and making players feel monitored?
It makes serious money. It's all about flow. If you use the data to eliminate bottlenecks, say, the data shows everyone gets stuck on the par 3/6, you can adjust your tee sheet intervals.
You can fix the pace?
You can fix the pace. Erin Hills used this optimization to generate over $140,000 in extra green fees just by smoothing out the flow so they could sell more times without jamming the course.
Wow.
Fieldstone increased revenue by 25%.
That's the answer to the inflation problem right there. You squeeze more revenue out of the same daylight hours.
That's it.
But it's not just on the grass, right? We're seeing this optimization logic hit the pro shop, too.
We are. We're seeing the airline model come to golf booking. Look at a platform like No Tee Fee.
No Tee Fee. That's a fun name.
Yes, it's an automated engagement platform. Think about how Uber has surge pricing, or airlines change ticket prices based on demand.
Right, dynamic pricing.
Exactly. No Tee Fee helps courses manage that inventory.
Yeah.
But more importantly, it fills the dead inventory. It texts golfers when a spot opens up that matches their usual playing habits.
So if I usually play Tuesday mornings and a slot opens up last minute, it pings me.
It pings you. And then once you're on the course, you have tools like Clubhouse for food and beverage. It's mobile first ordering.
So no more waiting for the cart girl.
Why wait? You order a burger from the 8th fairway on the app, and it's waiting for you at the turn. It solves that hospitality gap we talked about. Better service for you, more efficient for the kitchen.
And don't forget Top Tracer IQ at the driving range.
Right. Using business intelligence to see exactly which bays are being used for how long and optimizing the revenue there. It's a full spectrum takeover of data.
Okay. Efficiency is great for the owners, but let's be honest, the people listening to this want to know what they're going to be swinging this year.
Of course.
And scanning the press releases for the show, there is one number that is plastered everywhere. It's on the banners, it's in the emails, 10,000.
The race to 10K. This is the defining equipment story of 2026. We are talking about 10,000 G of moment of inertia.
Okay, stop right there. Moment of inertia, or MOI, we hear it every year. It sounds like engineering homework. Can we explain this? Like, I'm 5. Why is this number suddenly a holy grail?
Sure. Think of a figure skater spinning on ice.
Yeah.
When they want to spin fast, blurring, fast, what do?
They pull their arms in tight to their chest.
Right. That is low MOI. Fast rotation.
Okay.
But when they want to slow down, stop spinning, and stabilize, they throw their arms out wide. That is high MOI. Resistance to twisting. Now, apply that to a driver head. When you hit a golf ball off the toe or the heel, the club head wants to twist violently. That twisting opens or closes the face, and your ball slices into the woods.
So 10K MOI is like the figure skater with their arms stretched as far out as possible?
Exactly. It means the club head is incredibly resistant to twisting on off-center hits. For years, the limit was around 5,000 or 6,000.
Right.
Getting to 10,000 is a massive engineering leap. It essentially makes the sweet spot the size of the entire club face.
But there has to be a trade-off, right? Physics is a zero-sum game. If you make a club that stable, doesn't it become slow? Like swinging a cinder block on a stick?
That has always been the problem. To get high MOI, you have to push weight to the edges, but that creates drag. What makes 2026 different is that manufacturers have finally figured out the aerodynamics to counter it. Take TaylorMade's new Q4D.
Q4D, it sounds like a sci-fi movie.
It stands for 4D computational physics. They aren't just designing a static shape. They are simulating how the face flexes over time, the fourth dimension, during the millisecond of impact.
Oh, wow.
They've managed to keep the club aerodynamic while hitting that 10K stability number.
And Callaway's in this fight, too.
Oh, big time. With the quantum line. They're using something called Triforce face technology and a modern 360 undercut.
It's all jargon for the same thing, basically.
It's all jargon for the same goal, structural stability. And P&G, who frankly invented the high MOI game, is dropping the G440K. The K is for that 10,000 milestone. They're positioning it as the ultimate fairway finder.
And Cobra has the OPTM with their point of inertia design. It really feels like forgiveness is the new distance. The marketing used to be 10 yards longer. Now it's 10 yards straighter.
Well, for the average golfer, forgiveness is distance. Think about it.
How so?
If you hit the ball on the toe with an old driver, you lose 20 yards and hook it into the rough. With a 10K driver, that same miss hit flies straight and only loses, 3 yards? That is functional distance. It raises your floor, not just your ceiling.
Before we leap in gear, I saw something about a smart ball. Is this legal or is this just for tech nerds?
Not legal on the PGA Tour, not yet. This is the Genius Smart Ball.
Yeah.
It has embedded microchips in the core.
In the core?
In the core. It tracks velocity, spin, skid distance, and beams it to your phone. It's mostly designed for putting analysis right now, but just think about the engineering. A microchip that survives being smacked by a putter thousands of times. It's wild.
It's amazing. And even in irons, we're seeing urethane microspheres like in the new Callaway quantum irons, making game improvement clubs feel like forged blades.
Yes.
The line between tech and feel is blurring.
Which is exactly what the modern consumer wants. They want the help, but they want it to feel premium.
So we've got smart courses and stable clubs. But if we walk onto the floor of the PGA show tomorrow, we're going to see something that might confuse a traditionalist. We're going to see pickleball courts.
A lot of them. We're calling this the lifestyle pivot. The sign on the door might say golf club, but the business model is becoming golf plus.
The stats here are staggering. Pickleball participation is up 59%. Padel, which is like tennis meets squash in a glass box, is the fastest growing sport in the world with 25 million players.
That's huge.
But be honest with me. Do golfers and pickleball players actually get along?
That is the tension point. You have golfers trying to focus over a 4-foot putt, and 50 yards away you have that distinct pop, pop, pop of a plastic ball.
Ugh, I can hear it now.
It's a noise pollution issue. There is definitely a culture clash happening.
So why are courses leaning into it if it annoys the core customer?
Because the core customer is changing. And frankly, the economics are undeniable. The definition of a club is shifting from a place for dad to play 18 to a lifestyle wellness center for the family.
Right.
If dad is golfing, mom is playing padel, and the kids are in the pickleball clinic, it creates year-round revenue that isn't dependent on weather or daylight. It's a retention play.
And they literally have courts set up on the convention floor.
They do. Active pickleball courts, a full padel court right next to the drivers. They're even hosting a celebrity pickleball pro-am featuring NFL legends Calvin Johnson and Eric Decker.
Wow. It's a spectacle.
It is.
Speaking of retention and wellness, I saw a partnership with FIBO, the Global Fitness Expo, and they used a word I didn't expect to see in golf: neuroplasticity.
Yeah, this is the longevity movement. The industry knows its core demographic is aging. Neuroplasticity basically refers to the brain's ability to rewire itself and maintain speed. They're introducing training aids that aren't just about muscle. They're about nervous system reaction times. Speed training for the aging golfer.
So the goal is keeping us playing and paying until we're 90.
Exactly. And look at GolfSon. They're putting Smart Caddy on the Apple Watch. It's about reducing friction. You don't need a separate laser or a handheld GPS.
It's just on your wrist.
The watch tracks you, shows a green undulation, gives you the number. It's making the game accessible for that aging body and the tech-savvy kid.
We have to wrap up by looking at the winners. The NGCOA announced their 2026 awards, and the choices send a pretty strong message about what matters right now.
They do. For Public Course of the Year, you have Erin Hills in Wisconsin.
No surprise there.
No surprise at all. We just talked about their operational genius with Tagmarshal. They are a machine.
And Resort Course of the Year went to Walt Disney World Golf. Which, again, makes sense. Arnold Palmer Golf Management running that volume of traffic, it's a logistical miracle.
It really is. But the one that caught my eye was the Course of the Year winner, Northampton Country Club.
This is a family-owned spot, right? Not a mega resort.
Correct.
Yeah.
Owned by the Casagrande family. And the fact that they beat out the big corporate giants is significant. It tells the industry that you don't need a $10 million marketing budget to win. If you innovate, serve your community, and run a tight ship, you matter. It's a win for the little guy, who is actually the backbone of the sport.
And for those of us dreaming of a vacation, the show is pushing global travel hard.
Huge focus on the Safari Golf combo in South Africa.
Yeah.
Imagine playing 18 in the morning and seeing elephants in the afternoon.
That's a dream trip.
And Ireland and Portugal are pushing their heritage hard. The travel sector is booming.
Finally, for the listener who isn't in Orlando, usually we can't buy any of this stuff, right? It's a trade show, locked doors.
That has changed.
Yeah.
They're launching Unlocked, the PGA show. It's a shoppable video series starting Friday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, B2B is becoming direct-to-consumer. You can watch a video about that new driver and buy it on the spot. It's blurring the lines.
So let's bring this all home. If we look at the landscape for 2026, how do we synthesize this? What are the big takeaways?
I see 3 pillars. First, stability. The equipment is getting more forgiving. It's about making the game easier and more enjoyable with that 10K MOI. Second, optimization. The courses are using data and AI to run tighter ships and combat inflation. And third, diversification. The country club is dead. Long live the Golf and Racket and Wellness Center.
It leaves us with a big, somewhat provocative question. As we see more simulators, more pickleball courts, and AI caddies on our wrists, are we seeing the end of the traditional 18 holes and a hot dog model? Are we moving toward a future where a golf course is actually just a high-tech, multi-sport entertainment hub where golf is just one option on the menu?
It's the question of the decade, and the answer starts tomorrow in Orlando.
Watch the news, folks. It's going to be a wild week. Thanks for diving in with us.
Enjoy the show.